All right, and welcome back to Civic Engagement with Raymond Tyler. And actually, we are here today with Haddon Antonucci, Policy Director for Jefferson Van Drew, United States Congressman, 2nd District of New Jersey. Do I have that right?
You certainly do.
Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak with us. We're actually here at the Envision Center for Cybersecurity here in Atlantic City. But since you're here for civic engagement, we have a couple housekeeping questions or regular questions that we ask first. Where were you born and where are you from?
I was born in Greenville, North Carolina. My parents met at East Carolina University, but I'm actually a South Jersey guy. I grew up in a little town called Mays Landing. So did my mother, and my grandparents grew up in Pennsville in Salem County. So I've got some roots in South Jersey.
How was it growing up in Mays Landing?
It's a beautiful place. I lived on the Great Egg Harbor River, which is actually one of the very few nationally designated scenic rivers, which gave me an opportunity to really observe the natural beauty of South Jersey.
Great. And what does the policy director for United States Congressman do?
I work with the congressman through the federal appropriations process, which is federal funding. I work on infrastructure policy. The congressman is the vice chairman of the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. So through that committee, we work with federal agencies like the FAA, who has a technical research center here in South Jersey. We work with the Coast Guard. We work with the Army Corps of Engineers. We also work with public safety organizations to make sure they have the funding they need for their public safety projects.
Thank you. Okay, so that's a lot. We see that you're here for cybersecurity here in Atlantic City, and being that you would work with the FAA, Army Corps of Engineers, I can understand now why cybersecurity would be a high priority on the congressman's list or on your list of priorities. Can you tell us why you felt it was necessary to work with the people bringing cybersecurity here to Atlantic City?
So the Envision Center is a very special facility. The congressman personally requested that Secretary Ben Carson, the former Secretary of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, that he come to Atlantic City and designate this special facility as a federal economic development center. And the congressman did just that. He delivered. He got the Envision Center here in Atlantic City, and it allowed us to really establish a special relationship between Atlantic City and the federal government. And so the program that we're kicking off today, which is a low-voltage electrical training program, is going to be working through the Department of Labor. There's a $1 million grant that they've received to train 20 different people from this area and employ them with the Atlantic City Police Department to install public safety equipment throughout the city. And you look at Atlantic City, and some of the major issues you have are public safety, naturally, our economic development, making sure that people in this community have economic opportunity. So the very first step was establishing this special relationship with the federal government through the Envision Center, and then making that relationship work by getting some financing in place, which we've done here through the appropriations process called community project funding. So what we've really got here is a bread and butter, community-oriented project where we're working with institutions like this Envision Center, like the Atlantic City Police Department, like the Jewish Family Service and other community organizations to bring people in from the Atlantic City community, give them valuable skills in electric training, skills in cybersecurity, so that they can go into the workforce, whether that's the casino industry, whether that is working with law enforcement, whether that's working with national security agencies in the military or other parts of the public sector. It's a very fast-growing sector of the United States economy. And we think that we can be at the heart of it all right here in Atlantic City and create hundreds or maybe even thousands of jobs for the people here over the next couple of decades.
Is this the first city that the congressman has earmarked for this particular cybersecurity plan?
We have, over 70 different municipalities in South Jersey, as the congressman said. We've worked with a lot of them through the community project process, but this is a special project right here. There is nothing like this anywhere else in the country, let me say, where we are really building out this pipeline of taking people in from the community, training them with valuable skills, and getting them to work with high quality jobs that are going to improve public safety, that are going to improve our public infrastructure. So not only is this a unique program for the congressman in South Jersey, but this is a unique program across the entire United States of America. And now I have other congressional offices coming to me and asking me, how did you do it? How can we do the same thing in our community? So you're really going to see this model that we've developed here multiply across the country, and I think become a textbook case of economic development and public safety.
If you're just tuning in, this is Civic Engagement with Raymond Tyler. We are speaking with Haddon Antonucci. I still got that right 2 times in a row. Great. Who works with Jeff Van Drew, our United States Congressman for the 2nd District, and he's taken time to talk to us about civic engagement, talk to us about cybersecurity and how the Congressman has endorsed this and helped make it happen here in the city of Atlantic City. Here's a question. What does the perfect candidate to sign up for this program look like?
I think that the perfect candidate is a young, ambitious person who wants to do good for their community, who wants to develop valuable technical skills that they'll be able to use for the rest of their life.
And when do you anticipate the program starting to recruit, or the first class to begin?
My understanding, speaking with the program director, is that the recruitment process is going to start next month and will last about 2 months. For our first class, we're looking to recruit 20 people.
Do you have information on how people can sign up and how we can get that information out to the masses?
The recruitment period hasn't officially opened yet, but we will be happy to work with you to spread that information through the community so that people know about this opportunity, that they know how to apply, and so that they can be a part of this.
Great. If you're just tuning in, you're watching Civic Engagement with Raymond Tyler. We're here with Haddon Antonucci, who is the policy director for Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Let's get back to Haddon Antonucci. How did you get involved with politics, and how did you know that you wanted to be a policy director?
So my career in government started in the summer of 2017. I was actually an intern for the former Congressman, Frank Lobiondo, and then I interned in his Washington, D.C. office in 2018. I graduated in 2019, then I started working as an intern for Congressman Van Drew, and in the start of 2020, he gave me the opportunity to start working for him officially out of his Washington office as a legislative assistant, and the rest is history.
Okay. And what would your advice be to a young person who's thinking about getting into a career in politics?
To not be afraid of looking the challenges in your own community in the face and joining your fellow community members in addressing those problems. It isn't about you at the end of the day. It's about your community, and it's about working together towards that common purpose. So that would be my advice to anyone looking to go into government, anyone looking to go into politics. Put your community first. Know who you are, know what your community is, and hold it above yourself, right? This is public service at the end of the day. You're not the reason the government's here. The people are the reason the government's here. Government for the people, government by the people. And that's why, I'm blessed to work for the congressman, because he's a man lives that philosophy day in and day out. I'll close up with this story here. When I started working for Congressman Van Drew, he had a new team on board, and he sat us all down in his Washington office and sort of set the strategy. And I asked him, Congressman Van Drew, what is your vision? What is the guiding principle that we should think about whenever we're working for you in the community? And he didn't skip a beat. He looked at me and he said, Haddon, I know exactly what you mean. I want to do what's best for South Jersey. And that's what I'm about at the end of the day. It's doing what's best for South Jersey. That's what the congressman is about, doing what's best for South Jersey. And so returning to your previous question, my advice for any young people out there, whether you're young, whether you're not, whether you're just interested in government, no matter what your age, no matter your demographics, do what's best for your community, because a rising tide lifts all ships, as they say. If you help your community, if you help your neighbor, they're going to help you when they need it one day. And there's nothing more fulfilling in my life than public service and doing what's best for South Jersey.
Again, you are watching Civic Engagement with Raymond Tyler. We're here with Haddon Antonucci. I'm going to take you back just a little bit. You mentioned that you worked with Frank Lobiando, and you look like a fit fellow. You ever play ball with the congressman?
I never had the pleasure, though. I met a lot of people who have.
He's an interesting character on the basketball court. I'll tell you my Frank Lobiando story off camera. I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak with us, to tell us what you do. Do you have any particular other projects or things that you can share with us that are coming up that would be of interest to our readers and people who watch Civic Engagement?
We have dozens of projects going on across South Jersey, again, from economic development to transportation infrastructure to public safety. And we have a lot of those projects listed on the Congressman's website. So I would encourage people to, Google Jeff Van Drew. He has a lot of press releases. He has a lot of project listings that he's working on, literally dozens of different things that we're doing for the community of South Jersey. So I would encourage people to go to Jeff Van Drew's website and see what he's been working on.
Great. Anything you want to add? Anything I should have asked you that I didn't ask you?
No, I think you did a great job.
Thank you so much, and we're going to check out that website and probably contact you to speak with us again, specifically about some other projects. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Appreciate it. This has been Civic Engagement with Raymond Tyler. For Mark Tyler, our publisher, for our editor, Norris Height, our Arts Director, Krishna Matthias. My name is Raymond Tyler. I'm also the Arts and Entertainment Editor, and also for our staff. This has been Raymond Tyler with Civic Engagement. Thank you for watching.